This is The Sit Down. I'm your host, Patrick Bet-David. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics of all time, and that's the spirit of competition. Well, my first guest, a good friend of mine, Phil Heath, 7-time Olympia champion. They call him the gift. He's got a complete different style of competition than big game James Worthy, playing for the Lakers, Hall of Famer. Their enemy, the Celtics, how did they treat the Celtics? Versus Tony Hawk, the greatest skater of all time. But he was very subtle, completely different than Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, the man who knocked out so many people. He would put his hands out like this. People would go nuts. He explains how he competed in the UFC. Enjoy Phil Heath.
Who likes to be uncomfortable? See, I treat life like a leg day. Who wants to train arms with Phil Heath? People line up around the corner. Chest, 2 lines around the corner. Legs, I don't know, man.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Man, you have 5 people out of 100 because they know it's going to be painful. It's the unexpected. It's the most uncomfortable situation you're going to be in. As an athlete, you realize, like, this is a game. So like you said, Ted Williams, Usain Bolt, all those guys, when they would hear trash talk and this and that, they're like, okay, all right, now let's go do it.
Do you intentionally create it? Because you talk a lot of you're a talker. Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody knows you are. So do you also kind of do it to get the other guys riled up?
There's 2 reasons. Well, there's multiple reasons, right? Number 1, you're trying to sell. Does Phil Heath get any portion of the ticket sales? No. But let's be real. When people are so-called tired of being a champ, and this and that, I don't want you in hiding talking this trash. I want you to say it to my face. But you won't say it to my face because you know my mentality. You know that I'm going to absorb that. I'm going to embrace that. And I know how to use that fuel better than they do.
You obviously are not talking about Kai Green. I mean, you're
not.
No,
actually, for him, I mean, he and I had a great moment. He chose to choose different pastures. Hey, fun things always have to come to an end. Move on. The other guys, personally, I think there is respect. And here's my thing. I would tell a lot of them, get my cell phone number. You could text me and be like, hey, Phil, love you, dude. You're the big bro. You're the king. But I'm coming to kick your ass, man.
Who has said that to you? Who has had the audacity to say
no
it
one.
to you? So then here's a question for you. Do you think it helps to know that there's not a definite number 2 that can really compete with you today? Do you think that's good for the sport?
I'm just going to be real. What they should do, this is what the athletes should do. Second place has been shifted from Dexter Jackson to Sean Roden to...
It keeps changing.
It keeps changing. So what they should do, those guys should start talking to each other. They should be saying, that's where the rivalry is. There's some inner rivalries within every league. It doesn't always have to be the top team and the second place team. It could be other teams or other individuals. If you're always trying to come after me, why not make a 3-headed monster coming after Phil Heath, the top 5, this and that, and explain.
So you would tell them to team up and try to compete against each other, so strengthen each other, then somebody can compete against me?
But they should be anyway. They're trying to be too...
Realistically, can anybody beat you?
I guess realistically, yeah. I mean, I can get injured, God forbid.
Minus
that, hell no.
You take care of yourself pretty good. We've had some incredible champions. Haney 8 times, Ronnie 8 times, Arnold 7, you 7. You're about to do 8. Is Arnold working with you as a flag carrier, like bringing you up to be the next face of the...
No.
There's not you guys don't have that kind of a relationship?
No, unfortunately we don't. I would love to have that. And I don't think...
you would love to have that. So it's not a... Because I think
it's important because you need to be able to have someone to pass the torch. And unfortunately in this industry, I mean, we're all very busy, and I'll give Arnold that. He's extremely busy man. I'll be seeing him next weekend. It's classic. If I were to have 5 minutes with him and literally look him in the eye and tell him, say, look, what is it going to take?
I think you guys could easily have that conversation.
When was bodybuilding very popular? We could say when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing it, right? We could say that right after Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing it. What was Arnold also doing? He was a part of the Governor's Board of Health and Fitness, President's Council of Health and Fitness. Guys like me should be a part of that. If you're Mr. Olympia and you're not a part of the Governor's Board of Health and Fitness where you live, or the President's Council of Health and Fitness, there's a problem because of the fact that guys like Schwarzenegger understood lifting. They understood determination. You telling me that I couldn't go to schools around the country and restore that President's Council of Health and Fitness test, they're going to be like, hell yeah, man, look at this guy. He's got, yeah, let's do this. And I can show them that I'm a functional athlete as well. Like, why isn't that happening?